because I asked you all to prepare a little rating out of 10 on how you think we started our season and a brief little summary of what you've seen so far. So I think the only way to do that is to go one by one, and we'll take it from there. Mark, let me come to you first. How would you rate our season, mate?
I think it's blown out of proportion sometimes. I think, as Abdul rightly said, we're very reactionary per game and not looking at it pragmatically. I don't think it's as bad as what everyone's making out. You know, we've done very well in the Champions League. I know we should have won that third game, and we've got to play them next time. And you know, we should be getting 6 points from those two. But essentially, we went to PSG. We were very good. We played Leipzig at home, and we were very good. And unfortunately, stats don't lie. That goes in the Premier League as well. We haven't had the greatest starts, but I think that, you know, after the window and the negativity that came out of that, it's going to have an effect on us. But I think the fact that we've managed to win our third game quicker than last season, for me, whilst it's not what Man United's about, we should be winning every game. I'm going to take that as a positive, and I really, you know, we came in without match fitness because of pre-season, and as we've spoken about many times, you and I, that's obviously, it's been highlighted that it's a huge thing. So I feel like now that we've gained some match fitness, hopefully we can build on momentum. It's just unfortunate after a fantastic game against Everton that we're having a break for a week or two. But I really don't think it's as bad as what everyone makes out. For me, I'm going to give it a 5 or a 6 out of 10, just because I think that, as I said, we've done better than last season. There's a lot to work on, but I don't think it's as bad as what everyone makes out.
God, mate, if you're giving it a 5 or 6, I'd hate to have thought. What would have been this time last year.
The thing is, if I said an 8 or 9, no one would agree with me. But I just wanted to kind of, as I said, pragmatic.
Be bold. Say it.
Nah, 6 for me. 6 for me.
Okay, Mark's going for a 6. Jamie, straight over to you, mate.
Yeah, I just feel pretty much what Mark says there. I don't think it's as bad as we all think it is. We're just Man United fans, ain't we? And I think sometimes some of our fan base think we've got the we should be winning every game and we should be winning titles, and it's just when you sort of take a step back and analyse where we are as a club at the moment, it's just not the case, is it? So yeah, definitely, like the fitness side of things was a massive issue. Pre-season obviously didn't go to plan because of everything that's happening in the world at the moment, and you could see that in the players. They wasn't ready for the season. They hadn't had enough rest time. And it cost us early on, but we shouldn't be losing to teams like Palace. And I don't know, I can just speak for myself here, but watching that game at Bournemouth, we got absolutely battered, and I was just like, what is happening here? But we seem to be getting somewhere. We seem a lot better, in a better shape to play in Europe at the moment, which is a little bit strange. But we need to just sort of translate some of them performances into the Premier League and sort of trying to grind out results now. As I said last time I was on the show, it's time for Ollie to sort of put the team first. If that means leaving out certain players because they don't fit the system, then that's the way it goes. But we really need to sort of step on the gas in the Premier League, and I think it's going to be another top 4 this season. To be honest, if we get top 4, I think it's probably a successful season. It won't be to our fan base, and we'll probably complain about it because, yeah, we're Man United fans. We want to win the league, but it's just not the reality at the moment. But I would probably go with about a 5 or a 6 as well, because I don't think it's been great in patches. I think it's been good in different patches. So out from 1 to 10, I'd probably go in the middle at the moment. There's definitely room for improvement. But I feel like we've got the quality in the squad to sort of push on and get a run together. We've seen it last season. We can put a run together when we need to. And we need to sort of keep progressing in the Champions League. Hopefully we can get a positive result against Başakşehir when we play them next and move on. But yeah, it's definitely not as bad, but it's not as good either. So that's where I am.
I just hope we could put that run together now instead of 6 weeks before the end of the season. Oliver, over to you.
Well, I mean, we have had this sort of standing start, haven't we, really? I mean, we actually lost to Aston Villa, you know, in the only pre-season game that we had, if you like, aside from those 2 halves against West Brom. But yeah, at some point, the ring rust's got to wear off, you know. I think we look a lot better against Everton. But then you get the slap in the face of losing to Istanbul. So, I mean, you can break it down. League Cup, it's probably like an 8 out of 10 because we didn't look that convincing against Luton until Rashford and Bruno came on. So, 2-3-0 wins, it's slightly deceptive. In Europe, I wasn't expecting us to blow Leipzig away. I'm not sure about the rest of you lot, but and then to go and lose against, the minnows or the Turkish farmers that I myself have been guilty of saying. It's about a 7 out of 10, but that could go either way. And the league, I mean, conceding 14, scored 12. It's not great reading. But as we said, they've been coming thick and fast, and we didn't have a pre-season. Hopefully, we can start getting those 2-1s or 1-0s if we're not playing, very well that day. It's all about, keeping your heads up and grinding out results, because that's what you do to get up higher up the table. This season particularly, I mean, there's been some funny results. So, I mean, for me, we should be getting easily top 4. And if not anything, there's a chance to get slightly higher than that if we get our consistency back. But thus far, I'm going to say probably a 5, realistically. I mean, across the board.
Yeah.
Did Europe make us seem like we're doing a little bit better than we are, thus far this season, even though the league form's not been great for me? So 5.
Still in all cup competitions, so it's looking all right, isn't it? It's looking all right for a trophy. Abdel, what would you be saying, mate? Where were you at with this?
Yeah, I think it's just about average, like 5, 6. Like a comment on what Mark said. Funny enough, last season, the first 4 or 5 games, at least on the performance charts, because I like to deal with the expected goals, assists, performance, all that stuff that people say is rubbish. We did a lot better than this season. This season, the first 3 performances in the league, at least, were absolutely non-existent. But we're picking up this. Like, the performances have improved. I wouldn't say the last 3 league games we got outplayed at all in any stretch of the imagination. Even the one that we lost at Arsenal was just as bad as us, I guess. They just got lucky with the penalty. So I think it's picking up. I think it's improving. And hopefully, I think the test would be against West Brom, where I want to figure out where are we actually over the hurdle of beating the low block or not. Because we do sometimes, we don't sometimes, so it's still up in the air for me. So we'll see that next game. But yeah, just a 5 out of 6, I think, would be good.
5. It's not bad. We'll see where we are in the new year as well compared to what we're saying now, guys. We'll have to review it. Guys, hit a like, subscribe as well as the channel. We're so close to 2K now. So if everyone here is not subscribed, if you watch this right now and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and boost us up a little bit. And definitely like this video to get us in the algorithms or in the timelines of other Manchester United fans. Sean, I'm going to come over to you, mate. What are your thoughts? What's your review so far?
For me, I got to be honest with you. If I add Europe in the good games that we've had in Europe, that still only takes me to a 4. I don't know if I'm entitled or whatever, but it just hasn't been good enough. I know this isn't one of those shows where we talk about the manager in different situations, but at the end of the day,
Sean, talk about what you want, mate. It's your platform. It's your chance. Say whatever you like, mate.
Listen, I'm not one of those guys that ever felt initially that Ollie should have got the job. So, I support the manager, whoever it is, even though I don't think he's the right guy. I think he's done good in some respects. He's kind of the guy before the guy, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, I feel like he wasn't backed in the summer the way he wanted. And because of that, if you're not going to give this type of manager what he's asking, which, I mean, look at the track record. Did we really give Jose and different people what they really were asking? If you listen to Jose, no. So if we're not going to back the guy, I don't know why we keep him. Because at the end of the day, until we get a director of football and someone will actually back our managers, we're continuing a consistent cycle that we have here, and we're not breaking down the team. If any team comes and has a go at us, we beat them. That's why I'm not worried about Europe, and I'm not worried about cups once we get into play the teams that will have a go at us. first off, if a team comes and plays Manchester United right now and has a go at us and we slack them, they should fire their manager. I don't know what he's watching, because if a team sits back against us, we struggle. And so if I went off league form, I would be having a complete meltdown. But I'm trying to be even keel and all that. But I would say even with what I'm seeing in the Champions League, at best it's a 4, because we're not getting the best out of our players. And we could say we didn't have a good preseason and all that. These are all facts. So this is kind of an outlier season. But here's the issue. If we had someone, for example, that was getting the best out of the team, and we were consistently breaking down low block teams, and we were consistently getting results, which, if anything, under Ole, the whole time he's here, we're consistently inconsistent. We go on big runs, then we don't. Then we have runs, and it's enough to drive us crazy. But this year, I mean, anyone could almost win this league if they find consistency, because other teams are struggling. And let's just face it. I mean, the Scousers aren't what they were last year, and they're losing players left and right. And if we think they're not going to start dropping points, unless they keep getting cheap penalties. But at the end of the day, I feel like best I can do, guys, is a 4.
Do you know what? That's fair enough, because I think the way you've looked at it is again, and all your points that you've made is black and white. Should these players be doing better right now? Should we be doing better at the start of this season? Oh, what's happened there? Oh, sorry, I thought you saw something. Should we be doing better than we are? And that's fair enough, Sean. So I think, yeah, fair play. Andrew, should they be doing better? How would you analyse our start to the season?
I say it's not all doom and gloom at United, even though the media like to report it after when we do lose a game, or it's a crisis. But it's not all, let's say, doom and gloom. If you look at the table at the moment, we're only 2 points off City and Arsenal, and nobody's having a go at Arteta or Guardiola for the starts they've made in the season. But you look at that table and we're just all bunched together. If we say let's go on a run now, we can get back up into the top 4, and obviously we've got our game in hand still. But I mean, just at the moment, I say we've just been consistently inconsistent. I mean, our away Premier League record has been better than our home. I think that some of our home games like Chelsea and Arsenal, the players would have got a lift from the fans if we'd have been in there just to urge them on and make the opposition nervous into making mistakes, and we could have got the wins in those games. As Ollie said, I think it might have been after the Chelsea game or one of the games, or if the fans had been inside the stadium, they would suck that ball into the goal at the Stretford end. I mean, the Champions League, let's say we started well in that, and the great performances we had against PSG and RB Leipzig, and obviously the disappointing result against Basak Shir, but hopefully we can turn that around. We play them next week, and then say get 9 points on the board in the Champions League, and then go on to qualify. But we just need to take the win we got against Everton and just build some form now, and just head towards Christmas and just get into the top half of the table and go towards top 4. So far that the season, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. There's room for improvement, and I just think going into the second half of the season, we'll hopefully pick up on our form, and then just being realistically have top 4 and maybe a trophy at the end of the season.
Well, we're all on the right scale here. We're between a 4 and a 6, all of us at the moment. Kai, final thoughts?
I'm going to go with a 9 in that case.
You are lying.
I knew it was going to be
different, you know what I mean? I just
go for a 2 instead, so we can at least do something clickbaity with this show.
Look, I think I was when I got the question the first time, I was thinking to myself, well, how bad are Arsenal? What is Arsenal's rating for the season? Because that would help me gauge a bit where we at the moment. Because look, we've been poor, like Sean said, and I think just the lack of stability, lack of preseason, like everyone said, has obviously been a contributing factor. But and I will say, to a certain extent, some of it is valid, because I mean, it's actually funny, because Ole did say, oh yeah, it's going to take us 6-7 games, to get us going, and then everyone laughed, right? And that was the weekend before Liverpool got absolutely smashed by Villa. And then when that happened, everyone was like, oh yeah, actually it's going to take 6 or 7 games for everyone to get back to it because of lack of preseason, which was quite kind of like, okay, but didn't Ole say the same thing? And it's just that thing where it's just because Ole looks like that, and he's just Ole, just looks fantastic, so like everyone's kind of just, and I think, so I think 4 out of 10 for Ole for this time, and it's just because of just a general lack of consistency. I think that's the main key. The fact that sometimes it seems like Maguire passes the ball quicker forward. Sometimes it seems like he spends 10 minutes before every pass, that type of thing. It just shows there's just some lack of, uniformity that's in the squad at the moment. And I think we've started to pick up a little bit. And so I don't think it's all doom and gloom. I think it will get better in the next few games. But then again, every single week we've got a new story, a new issue. So now I don't even know how the players are going to react after the Paul Pogba news on the weekend. And then I don't even know what's going to happen after that, So it's kind of like we're never sure at United. What are we going to get the next week? And now what I've stopped doing is hoping, because I've just said, well, just don't hope. Because if you hope, you're going to be disappointed. And Liverpool fans taught me that, just don't hope for 15 years and your time's going to come again. And you'll be okay again. So I think I've gotten to that stage. So I think I'll give United at this stage and only a 4 out of 10 to just mirror everyone else's sentiments in that regard. But generally, actually, it's a 9 for me.
Well, of course.
Actually,
of
course
a 9. Abdul, we'll squeeze you in quickly, mate. You just wanted to reflect off a point you was making. If you could be really, really quick, because we are now 1 hour 15 in.
Yeah, I was just going to say that against the low blocks, our form did improve massively since Bruno Fernandes came in. The only time we actually struggled against a low block, it wasn't because we didn't create chances, it's because their keepers had a worldie, like the Copenhagen game and the last game. And only Besiktas here probably was the game where we were underperforming and did not do well against a low block. But we're talking 31 games in the running where we consistently broke down low blocks. And that was a massive improvement if you look before those 31 games where we really could not even sustain any pressure or create a good amount of chances. So I think there is a massive improvement. I just want to see it consistently proven. I know it's 31 games is good amount sample size, but we still need a little bit more to see if that's actually a thing.
I mean, if that was a sample size for a coronavirus vaccine, they'd approve it. So I think that is good enough to go off of. I completely agree. Jamie, very, very, very quickly, please, bud, if you've got a final point to make.
It was just sort of something Sean was talking about there with regards to Ollie. I'm not going to open that door, but I just want to see progression. I don't know about you boys, but I want to see us do better than we did last season. And at the moment, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So that's the biggest issue for me. If there's no progression there, what are we trying to actually achieve? But maybe that's me being a little bit sort of raw on it. Maybe we shouldn't be expecting to do better than we done last season. But for a manager, if you're not doing better on the season you done last time, then there needs to be some sort of questions asked as to why that's not happening. I get there's some better teams in the league than us at the moment, but I just think we need to get some consistency with regards to a plan going forward for the future. So I'll leave it at that.
I think we overachieved last season, did we not?
Yeah, we overachieved.
Like getting for third, right?
I mean, we overachieved with Mourinho finished second with that team. I think we massively overachieved that year as well.
Achievement that he's ever done, apparently.
Sorry, Mark.
Finished in that position.
Unmute yourself there. Did you want to make one more point there, Mark, quickly?
Well, I just think it's way too early to tell. Fergie, he never had a good start to the season. Very rarely, it was always that way inclined. Now I'm not comparing the two, but we are jumping on their backs way too early. We are a game in hand. 3 points puts us up to 8th. We're only just behind City and Arsenal, and no one said anything about them two. Liverpool have let in 2 more goals than us. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot to build on, and we are jumping on their back way too early. If by Christmas we were in this position, absolutely, but we're not. We get one more win, we're propelled. We get another win, we're right up there. Do you know what I mean? So it can change at any moment.
Because we haven't got time to really debate this, I just want to do a quick fist. You can go thumbs up or you can go thumbs down. So we're talking about progression here, and we obviously want to win a trophy and definitely finish top 4 this year. That's just got to be the minimum of what we expect. So guys, are we on course to win a trophy and get top 4 still? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Where are we all at with that? Yeah, everyone still with that? Yeah, cool. Right, so we're going. We're going in the right direction, and we'll end on that positive note. Guys, thank you all for coming on. It's been a long show this evening. Really appreciate it. Some fantastic points made. Subscribe to the channel. Get us over 2K thanks to this show. Come on, let's do it. Let's get there. And we'll be back next week with previews. We've got another. We've got a Harry Gregg special dropping on the channel with the Manchester Munich Memorial Foundation, which is fantastic. If you've not watched the Tommy Taylor special, you have got to go and watch it. It's fantastic. But yeah, it honestly is. It's a brilliant piece of content. So please go and watch it. We've got some other interviews, loads coming out next week. Hit subscribe, hit the like button on this video. Follow these guys. They're on our Twitter account. Go check out that tweet. And I am out of here. Take it easy, guys.
Later.